Our passionate attachment to data cannot be overstated. Because of how strong the demand is, wireless companies are increasing their offerings of limitless data. Investigate your routines and become more familiar with the apps you use the most rather than upgrading to an unlimited plan. There is a good chance that you can reduce the amount of data you use by making a few easy adjustments. And during this process, you can discover that you can cut the amount of data on your plan as well as your monthly fee. Follow these 3 steps to determine the appropriate amount of data for your situation. Be aware of the amount of data that you utilize. You don't have to bother about keeping a log because it's not required. This information is already being tracked for you by your phone. Make sure you are aware of how much data your apps consume. Do you have any idea how much data Netflix uses or how many settings Spotify gives for streaming? If you keep reading, you will acquire the skills necessary to adjust your usage. Modifying the way you use your apps and even how you use them yourself can help you reduce the amount of data you consume each month. After adjusting and monitoring your data for a month or 2, you will have a better idea of how much data is actually necessary for your purposes. After that, you can select the plan that is tailored to your needs the most effective. How much data do you utilize? Every month, the typical user of a smartphone consumes between 2 and 5 gigabytes of data. There is no need to check any further than your own phone to determine whether or not your usage is above or below the threshold. The majority of mobile devices keep track of overall data usage. They also provide a breakdown of data usage per app, allowing you to see, for example, how much of your valuable storage space is being consumed by Spotify or Instagram. On an Android device, navigate to Settings and then Data Usage to view your device's data consumption. You will see a breakdown of your overall usage for each program, in addition to your total usage for a specified period range, which you may alter to correspond with your billing cycle. This information can also be found in the Settings app on an iPhone, under the Cellular heading. If you haven't ever specified a date range, it will display your cumulative consumption starting from the moment you turned on the phone. To begin tracking your usage from a given date, you can click the Reset Statistics button on this page. More about that can be found below. The vast majority of carriers also offer a mobile application that may monitor your consumption of data. For example, the My Verizon mobile app will determine how much data you have used for each line associated with your account. Compare best cell phone plans. What percentage of data do your apps use? It's likely that while you were reviewing your metrics, you observed that certain applications consume more data than others do. It should not come as a surprise that streaming video or music consumes a significant amount of data. For example, if you stream videos for 30 minutes every day on Facebook, YouTube, or Netflix, you will use more than 5 gigabytes of data in a single month. According to the data calculator provided by Verizon Wireless, streaming music for 1 hour every day amounts to over 2 gigabytes after a month's time. The fact that the amount of data usage changes depending on both the app and the streaming quality is not widely known. Both of these can be significant factors, which is why it is essential to comprehend the distinction between them. Spotify provides users with 4 different streaming options. There are 3 on Google Play. YouTube offers 7, and it will choose one for you based on the strength of your connection unless you choose a certain streaming quality for yourself. Does it make no sense? That's because the answer is yes. We broke down the data consumed by some of your favorite apps so that you can evaluate how much data you use overall. How to adapt your usage to fit your needs. After you have determined how much data each of your apps uses, you will be able to take steps to reduce the amount of data you consume. However, this does not necessarily imply watching fewer videos. You may tweak the settings in your favorite apps to lower your data usage without really making any changes to the way you use your phone. This allows you to turn off specific apps from the settings menu on your phone so that they do not consume any data at all. You will need to do this in each program, though you can direct your attention to the applications that consume the most data. Change the streaming quality of your music and video apps to a lesser setting. The settings menu of each program should often be where you look for this option. You should also check the settings on the apps that you use for social media, as many of these apps play videos as well. For example, as you go down your Facebook page, videos will automatically start playing on that feed. This could consume a significant amount of data. To configure this function, open the Facebook app on your device, navigate to App Settings, and then tap the Autoplay button. Then choose either Never Autoplay videos or the option to only play them when the device is connected to a Wi-Fi network. Wi-Fi is the next fantastic option to decrease the amount of data you use, so let's talk about that now. When you connect to a Wi-Fi network, you will no longer use your cellular data plan. That means you are free to stream, download, and upload to your heart's content without worrying about exceeding the amount of data you have been allotted. If you always listen to Spotify on your commute, a spokesman for Verizon Wireless named Phil Burrows suggests downloading your playlist while you are at home and connected to Wi-Fi. After that, you may listen to your playlist in offline mode and conserve your data for something else. Managing your data use should be made much easier by educating yourself on the subject. However, Burrows recommends speaking with your carrier if you are still racking up large data statistics and are unable to determine why this is happening. Don't be afraid to swing by, adds Burrows. Don't be frightened to swing by. These folks live, eat, and breathe this material, and they can guide you through how you're using your phone. Whether it's over web chat or with someone in the store, they can do it. Taking a second look at your plan. After making modifications to both the behavior of your apps and your own, you will be able to ascertain the amount of gigabyte storage space that is truly required. Waiting 1 or 2 months for your usage to reflect the changes you've made in your routines is a smart rule of thumb to follow. Then check your bill, the app provided by your carrier, or the data consumption meter on your phone. If your consumption falls well below the restrictions of your current plan, it may be time for you to upgrade to a different plan or even move providers. The structure of the programs offered by each wireless provider is unique. The following table will assist you in comparing the prices offered by the 4 most prominent airlines. When selecting a package, make sure to take options such as unrestricted streaming of movie or music into consideration. Also, don't forget to take coverage into consideration. It won't matter much if you save $10 a month on a data subscription, whether it's prepaid or traditional, if you can't use your phone wherever you want to use it. There is also the option of purchasing prepaid services. Prepaid options are available from each of the 4 major wireless service providers. In addition to this, they lease their networks to carriers such as Straight Talk and TracFone. Additionally, Sprint, Atant, and T-Mobile each possess prepaid carriers that operate under a distinct brand name. Some examples of these prepaid carriers include Boost Mobile and Cricket Wireless.